This is an example of working with large numbers and multiple measurements within a problem. So here I picked some information off the internet. A single banana weighs about 4 ounces. Each person in the United States consumes about 28 pounds of bananas per year. And we're going to assume that the population in the United States is 350 million, just to be able to answer some of these questions. So my first question is, how many bananas does a person, just a single person, living in the United States eat per year? So there's a relationship between bananas and weight, and then we also have this 28 pounds over here. And if we need a single person out of this, we also have to relate the 350 million people in this problem. All right, so each person in the United States consumes 28 pounds of bananas per year. So we need to go and convert pounds into ounces. So let's start off with what we know. We know that each person consumes 28 pounds. And this is per year. So we're going to multiply that by something that gets rid of pounds. So we're going to go down here and go pounds. And we want to change it into ounces. So if I remember correctly, there are 16 ounces per 1 pound. Alright, so that means we're going to just multiply 28 pounds times 16 ounces, and then that'll give us ounces per year. Alright, but we want to know how many bananas per year this person is eating. So we're going to have to change out ounces, so that needs to go in the bottom. And we're going to change it into the bananas. So 1 banana weighs 4 ounces. That's from here. A single banana weighs 4 ounces. So when we do this calculation, the pounds are going to cancel. The ounces are going to cancel. And you're left with bananas per, because it's on the top of the fraction, we say the per year. So let's do this calculation. Let's see here. So this would be 28 is in the top, times 16 that's in the top, and divided by 4, which is in the bottom, which gives us 112. So this would equal, 112 bananas per year. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Alright, so the same information, basically. But here we're asking, how many pounds of bananas does the U.S. consume per year? Well, this is going to take in a few other things. We know that 28 pounds of bananas are consumed per year per person. And then we know there's 350 million people in this population. So how many pounds of bananas does the U.S. consume per year? Well, I know that 28 pounds is per person. And I'm going to multiply that. And I want my answer in pounds, so I'm not trying to convert the pounds here. I'm trying to convert the people. So if I go do my person up here, there is 350 million, get that word in there somehow, people in the United States. And I really don't have a per anything. It's just 350 million people in the world, in the population. So the people are going to cancel out, and we're going to be left with how many pounds? How many pounds? So this is a really simple calculation. The only problem is the large number, 350 million. So on a calculator, I would do it this way. I would go 28 times, and then I would use scientific notation. I would write in 350, do that second EE on your calculator, the button right above the 7. It'll put an E on your screen. And E6 is million. E9 is billion. E12 is trillion. So this just represents million. So on a calculator, that's all I'm going to type in and get this horribly ugly number. So let's see here. 28 times 350 E6. So this turns out to be, in scientific notation, 9.8 E9. So this E9 represents billion. So there are 9.8 billion pounds of bananas consumed every year. Sounds like a lot. Alright, so this one's actually kind of tricky. Here we're dealing with how many bananas are consumed in the US per week. So there's a lot of little conversions going on here, because this is asking how many bananas, and the only thing we know is that it's 28 pounds of bananas per year. So that's what we're going to have to start off with, 28 pounds of bananas per year. But to convert it into just a single banana, we're going to have to use this relationship over up top. A single banana weighs 4 ounces. So let's start off with the 28 pounds per year. And what I need to do right off the bat is this relationship between pounds and ounces has to be reestablished. So we're going to get rid of pounds and convert it into how many ounces per year. And we talked earlier that this is 16 ounces per single pound. Alright, so now this will be ounces per year. What I need to know is bananas per week. So there's two choices we can do here. We can convert pounds into the ounces into the number of bananas, or we can change the years into weeks. And I'm going to just do years to weeks. It just makes more sense to me. So my next fraction is going to start off with a year up here and weeks down here. Now there's approximately 52 weeks per year. So this won't be an exact answer, but it'll be pretty close. Alright, so now my measurement, after I do all my crossing out, so I got rid of my pounds, I got rid of my year, so we're talking about how many ounces per week we're dealing with. So we're almost there. So all I need to do now is change it from ounces into bananas. So I know the ounces need to go away, so he needs to go in the bottom, and number of bananas at the top. So one banana weighs 4 ounces. So then the ounces are going to go away, and our units left are bananas per week. So that's exactly what I want. I want how many bananas are consumed in the US per week. Oh, almost there. We got the per week part, but this is the one we're missing. So let's get an answer here because it's starting to get a little bit long. So we're going to have bananas per week, per person. Alright, so it's going to be 28 pounds, 28 times the 16 in the top, divided by the 52 in the bottom, divided by the 4 in the bottom, for a grand total of 2.2, give or take a little bit. So it's like 2.153846. And there's a reason I'm going really far into this, is because we need to change it into the US, and I'm eventually going to be multiplying by 350 million. So I'm just going to put ... In other words, I'm going to leave the answer in my calculator and use that number in my next step. Alright, so this is measurement bananas per week, but this is only one person. So to change it to all of the people, it's real easy. I just need to multiply this by 350 million. So again, I'm going to do the 350 E6 short notation for 350 million. And just multiply. So times 350 E6. And we get approximately 7.53 E8. Now if we change that into regular notation, that would be 753, that's 2 spots, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, comma after 3. So that's 753 million bananas per week. All right, so the second part of the question is this: if bananas cost 55 cents per pound, how much does a family of 4 spend on bananas per week? Well, I know the bananas per week up here was the single person, right? So one of the things I have to do to that is just to get it into how much does it cost per week. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply this, bananas per week, by the 4 ounces. Then I'm going to multiply by a family of 4, so multiply that by 4. So basically I could just multiply by 16. And then I'm going to have to convert it back into pounds by divided by 16, basically. There's other ways of going about this. You don't have to do what I'm about to do. We can start at the beginning again. And just, instead of doing this part here, skip it, because we have price per pound. So we can start off with the 28 pounds. And this would make the calculation much better. How many pounds per week? So I don't need to change it to ounces. I just need to get rid of the year. So this would be year up here, week down here. And that's 1 year, and that's 52 weeks. So now we're in pounds per week per person. This is still all per person. So we're going to multiply that by 4, because there's 4 people. And we're going to multiply that by the price, because it's 55 cents per pound. So when we go through and start canceling things, other than the 4 people here, I guess there's a per person here and the people will cancel out. The pounds are going to cancel, one way over there and one here. The years are going to cancel out. And then you're going to have this family of 4 is going to be charged 55 cents for these bananas that we're talking about. All right, so let's do this calculation. This would be 28 times 4, I always do the multiplication first, times 0.55 divided by that 52. So we're talking, how much does a family of 4 spend on bananas per week? It turns out to be $1.18. $1.18 per week on bananas. Per week. And that's it.